Hey y'all, so I was watching The Chosen, and if you haven't watched The Chosen, I highly recommend that you do so. But The Chosen is basically a story of Jesus and how he gathered his disciples and ultimately leading to the crucifixion, right? And The Chosen adds some context. Not every context was used in the Bible, and that's okay. That doesn't mean it wasn't true. It could have been true, but they use it to add some relatability. Not that the Bible's not already relatable, but it makes it even more relatable, okay? Anyways, what happened here was Peter was talking to Judas, and if you don't know, Judas is the one who ends up betraying Jesus, turning him into the Roman guard, and Jesus ends up getting crucified. And so Judas ends up betraying Jesus, but in the beginning, before that, in the earlier part of the season, Judas is getting super upset. Judas is like, Jesus, you can't be saying these things. He has an idea of what he wants Jesus to be doing. He has an idea of what the Messiah should be doing, right? And Peter tells him, because Judas is getting so mad because Jesus is not doing what he thinks Jesus should be doing, okay? And Peter tells Judas, he goes, Judas, you're like a walking contradiction. Because Judas believes so much that Jesus is the Messiah. And Peter goes, you have so much faith that he is the Messiah, and you have so much faith in the things that you think he can do. Why can't you have faith in him and trust that he knows what he's doing? And then he goes, your mind is so full of your own ideas, you've shut your mind off to believe. And that clocked me very hard, because there's times where, I think all of us, where we go through our lives and we're like, God, I want you to do this. God, I want you to do this. God, I want you to do this. And when things aren't going our way, we're like, God, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing this? We have so much belief that God can do all things, right? But when things are not going the way we think, we end up losing faith. But just like Peter said, we become walking contradictions. Why we have so much faith that he is God, that he is real? Why can't we have faith in the dark times that he knows what he's doing and that his plan is better than ours? God has said in the past in scripture that his ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. And it's really hard to do, because when life looks like it's just not working out, it's hard to trust. Especially it's hard to trust in something that you can't see the ending of, that you can't see the product of. But something that God told me today in my prayer time is, be still and know that I am God. And that's what I wanted to share with you. Psalm 46 verse 10. Let me go there. He says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. So please continue to trust in God, even if what your circumstances look like seem to be impossible.